What's up? What's up? What's up? It's another episode of Next Up with Charna, and I got a special guest on the line with me. I got Mr. Curtis Peanut Johnson. How are you doing?
Exceptionally well. Thank you so much for having me on here. I love the show. I've always been a fan of you. So, it comes full circle to be, I'm saying, like in your space. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh no, absolutely. I've been trying to, thinking about getting you on. It's crazy because the day that you hit me up, I seen you in a video, and I'm thinking in my mind like he need to get on the show. But you see how the universe works, and it all played out. So
Yeah.
now we are here. Now,
Yes.
Curtis, tell everybody just a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do. We don't have a lot of time because I know you got a long list of things that you do. All right, no, go ahead.
Yeah. So right now I'm the program director for Cure Violence Dayton, which is through Felons With A Future BRAVE program, which stands for Building Resilience Against Violent Encounters. Right now we are at 101 days in the North Riverdale area where we've stopped people from being unalived or shot, and we do that through a range of different things such as mediation. We do a lot of things behind the scenes. We're feeding people. We're literally stopping people from them crashing out.
Okay. Crashing out. Now, what neighborhood? I know that you said that has it been like 96 days?
101 days. It's 100
101 days
days on Father's Day. So yeah, today's the
with,
Monday. So
with
yeah,
no violence,
I ain't gonna say no violence, but no gun violence, right? So
no
we
gun
stop it
violence.
from it escalating, right? Because like we break up fist fights. Like we have violence interrupters, so they're out there stopping the active fights that are happening. We're stopping the retaliation, and like that difference between us and the police. Like the police are out there once something happens. We're out there stopping things from them happening, and stopping them from
Before.
them escalating.
Okay. Oh,
And the North Riverdale area, to let people know, if you know where Ridge is, all the way up Main Street, but we're on the right hand side of Main Street, which kind of confuses people sometimes because there was a shooting across the street from our zone, right? Which again, RIP. We definitely don't want anybody to be harmed anywhere in the city. But again, we only have 7 people on staff, so we have to just make sure we take care of our area and our zone because it's imperative. And so we're all the way up Main Street, close to where Chase Bank is, and then Riverside. So all of Riverside is our territory as well. So from Main Street to Riverside, Ridge up to where Chase Bank is, which is like Redwood.
okay. So who's the person behind everything to say, okay, this is your zone, and that this is your zone, and how did you get just this zone right here versus being on the west side?
Right. So like a lot of people want us to be in other areas that are hot right now, but then again, you got to realize that this was a committee that was put together by the city's best brass and officials, and they picked North Riverdale because it was 6 times the national average. So that's a lot of people get it mixed up. Like, oh, you guys picked a very easy area. It wasn't easy when we picked it. It was 6 times the national average. So if you think about that, think of places like Baltimore. Think about places like Atlanta. Those are what they're gauging it off of. And for Dayton to be so small, that place was on fire. And I'm just lucky to say, like, we have been able to, number one, get the community to buy in. This ain't just special Peanut is going over there, smiling at people, shaking hands, kissing babies. This is more or less like the community buying in. You have other people who are volunteering, which we still need more volunteers. But really, it is community effort led by a grassroots organization, which is Felon With A Future. My CEO is Greg West. He just had a birthday, so happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. And you said just getting the community to buy in. Share
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that you guys did or said to make those people want to buy into what you were saying.
So like a lot of people don't understand is that there's multitudes of reasons why somebody want to crash out, want to shoot somebody, want to hurt somebody. One of the things we do weekly is free food giveaways, right? So you can come out there and we actually have like a pantry set up so people can actually get food over there. We have clothing giveaways. We barbecue all the time, just keeping people just in good positive spirits, good energy like that. Some of the more high level things we've had to do is mediation. We're talking about where someone threatened to shoot somebody's house up, and then now we're talking to both sides, and then we tell both sides, both y'all get on defense, right? So I'm not telling y'all not to protect yourself. We're telling you both y'all on defense. You protect your side, they protect y'all side. Y'all just don't go past each other. And those small type of mediation tactics like that actually work.
Okay. So are you saying like when people are hungry and can't like provide the necessities for their families, this make people want to crash out.
So studies show that like people would actually trade their baby in the desert, for some water. You know what I'm saying? So when we think about people that's in their lower thinking based off us having food insecurities, food deserts in our neighborhood, sometimes just feeding somebody just stops them from crashing out. And I mean, it may seem something that seems so minuscule, but no, if you've never been hangry before, then you're not gonna understand that type of logic. We all been hangry before, to where one thing done just made you just turn up, and some people are so at the negative part of that to where it's actually a actuality that they will crash out because they haven't eaten that day. So salute to us on our good days of us doing our barbecues and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're basically saying like some people live in situations could, make them possibly become violent or, different from how they react to certain situations because they don't have X, Y, and Z.
I mean, yes, because again, like we all know that poverty is being treated as a crime nowadays, right? So where people are more advantageous to rob somebody, steal from a house, break in a car. Those things can turn into gun violence later, right? And then again, it's not like that. Also, it's the simple fact of like when we take that person who hasn't eaten all day, and then now they open up to tell us what's actually going on with them, right? So now it's kind of like using that as a trade bargaining chip to actually have meaningful conversation with people who are out there who could potentially crash out. So we find out that like they couch surfing. We find out that they baby mama on them, and then we can hook them up with the wraparound services that like they need, like the Fatherhood Initiative. So shout out to Mike Newsom. We can hook them up with reentry. Saying they just came home. We can help them get jobs and find meaningful employment that won't make them be at the restraints of poverty.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Does a particular race play into like a lot of violence? So is it just blacks, or is it just like whites, or do you see, or is it just anybody?
So there is no color for gun violence, but if there was one, it'd be orange, which June is actually Gun Violence Awareness Month, and that's why we're wearing orange. But we wear orange all the time, so we're passionately known as the Orange Men. The kids at EJ Brown named us that. But we have a lady named Terry Sims who's an outreach worker, so we can't call ourselves the Orange Men no more. So we say Orange Mentality. But no. Over in the North Riverdale area, we have every color creed over there. That is just shows that like Dayton really is a melting pot, and it could be anybody. I mean, we stop white on white, white on black, black on white. Every color that you could think of has been in that area as well. So yeah, we out there stopping those things from happening because again, poverty is the color. And we have a lot of SEX workers over there. So you have a lot of situations going on with that, with pimps and things of that nature, to where it could be any color that's over there that's trying to be involved in that drug trade, that type of lifestyle. So yeah, it can be any color.
Now, can the people from the community that you serve, can they become volunteers?
Yes. So, but volunteers does not mean you're gonna be out there breaking up fights. You're not gonna be involved in anything like that. Because again, my job is to make sure that my team comes home with both their eyeballs, 10 fingers, 10 toes. I got to make sure that my team gets home safe. That's my number one job. So to be a violence interrupter, you got to go through weeks of training. These is where CVG brass come down here, which is Cure Violence Global. They give you the actual training. We've also started doing, like little small booster training and stuff like that. But if a private civilian wants to make a change and a difference, then we're going to provide training to help them, learn how to de-escalate the situation. Because sometimes it could be one word, right? So for instance, when we went to EJ Brown and we talked to the kids were like very, very, intuitive to a certain extent, but they also had like really, really good questions. It's like, how do we break up a fight? Well, number one is don't grab the person you don't know, right? Yeah. Grab the person that you know, right? Also, another thing you can do as well is know that know that secret safe word that's going to calm your person down, right? Like if you know this person loves their mama like nobody else, they love their little sister, you can say, hey, little Johnny, chill out, man, because you know your little sister gonna need you, right? So those type of things are just small little things like you can learn, but there's weeks and weeks of training before you can be out there trying to volunteer in the rough. And that's one thing I want to say about my team is that we have some veterans from a previous program called Serve that was kind of similar, but it been updated with you know what I'm saying, like social media tactics, everything like that as well. We also help with VOCA package, which was not included in that, which is called the Victims of Crime Act. We help people get reimbursed for funerals if they are injured on a job and they can't go back to work. We help with all that. That also helps us stop somebody from them retaliating, because again, poverty is the main issue.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you think neighborhood watches is what's missing from our community? Because, you know, back when we was growing up, we had neighborhood watches and they could watch out for certain things and, you know what I'm saying, alert people, you know what I'm saying, might be about to transpire. So do you think that is missing now in neighborhoods?
So I want to say absolutely yes, but I want to make that part of a larger conversation, right? Like this is a war, right? And we need all hands involved, right? I'm not, so again, we don't have any affiliation with the police at all, but again, police do their job, we do ours. We need the pastors, we need the moms, we need everybody out there. We need the kids wearing our t-shirt that say, "Don't shoot, I want to grow up." We need everybody pushing this message of peace, because you never know. It could be that one person that's a neighborhood watch that saves a life. It could be that one person who is the niece who went to school that day and then her uncle was about to crash out. She say, "Hey, here's a flyer I got at school." You know, everybody needs to be all hands on deck for this type of project, because we didn't get here one way, and we're not going to fix it one way either.
Do you think that social media has made it okay for people to crash out? Because they hear this term and I see it and I hear it all the time. Do you think like social media has is the reason for, you know what I'm saying, people using this term and just, you know what I'm saying, acting out? Because, you know, I really don't like the term crashing out, you know what I'm saying, because I just don't.
Right.
Because anybody can say that they're about to crash out. And like, what does that really mean that you're about to crash out? Because I feel like if a person don't do something, they're not about to let you know I'm about to crash out. Like, you know what I'm saying? They about to do it and they probably later like, I crashed out there now. You know what I'm saying? So do you think social media has a part in that?
So I look at social media like a tool, right? And if we want to compare it to some, let's say that social media is a knife, right? So like a knife can be used in a positive manner to where you're using that to cut cake for somebody's birthday. You also can use that knife to cut and harm someone, right? So when it comes to social media, I feel like it can amplify negative, right? But also we use this channel right now to show that we can do some positivity out there, because there may be somebody out there right now who's saying, "Oh man, Dayton on fire," which it is on fire. It is on fire. But then you see, okay, there's some positive change actually happening in Dayton, and these are people that are actually doing it. But I do think that it has amplified the negativity, and then that's why we stand by this whole thing of stop filming fights. Yeah. Because back when we grew up, right, some of us are older than the internet, somebody that's watching, right? Some of us are older than the internet. And back in the day when you got to a little scrap, like only people that was there talked about it. It may be a little laugh here and there, but then there is a way to not be humiliated to where you don't feel emboldened to have to retaliate. Yeah. Because sometimes like that's what's happening. You've been humiliated over and over and over again on social media. It makes you feel like you got to do something about it. Yeah. If that person was a better person that day, that's cool. Y'all can shake hands and live long enough to have a perspective. There's been people who I've got to fights with in the past who we're friends today, right? But imagine if they got a chance to watch that video over and over and over again of Peanut beating them up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want to retaliate. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I think the fact that it continues to humiliate people makes it more negative than positive. But then again, there are positive people out there that are showing people fighting and shaking hands afterwards, but that's not the norm. So I'd say, all in all, quit filming fights, y'all. Like, it's not cool. It ain't fun. Like, and again, you get your little $10 Facebook check, it don't mean nothing, right? But then you actually can make it to where somebody actually lost their life. And I think that somebody's life is way more significant than what you would get off your little clicks and your views.
Yeah. And I see a lot of adults filming fights and then putting out there. We're supposed to be role models.
Yes.
How can I tell the youth don't do something, don't film a fight, or you know what I'm saying? And then, but I'm turning around and I'm doing the same thing. Like I just don't understand how adults still get happy about fights. Like I feel like that is a young-minded thing. When you're young, you get hyped about a fight, but to be at our ages, like how does that still excite you? And what's exciting about that? It becomes more of an embarrassment for our community.
Yes.
So what would you say to because I know you just hit on it just a little bit, but just to those adults that's sharing fights, like what would you say to them?
Those adults, think about your child. Like if your child was filmed and that embarrassment of your child is something, what are you going to say to your child at home when you're doing the same as that thing? Like, because again, bullying is real. And again, fights are real. I mean, like people used to go pay shekels to go to the Coliseum to watch gladiators fight. I get it. We all watch UFC. I get it. Fighting is a thing that is human nature for us to want to watch. Everybody likes to see a train wreck. Get it. But the fact of you filming it and then putting on, you actually could film it and keep it for yourself just in case something negative happens to where that like maybe you need to present this to something to show that someone was in their rights. Like, show, okay, this person protected themselves. This person did this. You can film for that reason, but the fact that you just posted for entertainment purposes just showed you that like you on some lane. Like you don't want no benefit to society. Like you rather just get clicks and likes and views, which don't mean anything. And again, just think about if it was your child. Like, how would you tell them? Like, I could see that same person telling them, you better take that video down. You better take that video down. But then you got a fight video on yours, right? So don't be a hypocrite.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not be a hypocrite. How can people donate? So I know that you said that y'all have resources to give to the communities. What does it look like for somebody to be able to donate to your program?
So yes, we are a 501(c), which is Felons With A Future. You can go to you actually email us, which is felonswithafuture@gmail.com. You can message me personally, cpj@felonswithafuture.org. And again, you don't have to have a felony to be a part of the organization. That's the name of it. It started off as a reentry program where Gregory West, he put it together to help people get jobs and get into skilled trades, which is like masonry work and things of that nature. But now we're working to, also have Better Health Tomorrow, which is a mental health piece as well. Because even if we don't change your way of thinking, we just made you a better drug dealer, right? So you be like, okay, well I got a job, but also I got my foot in the street. So we also help with the, with changing the mind state. So you can donate to that again by just messaging us on felonswithafuture@gmail.com, and then I'm pretty sure Greg West is going to sponsor. You said like you want to donate, and again, it's completely tax exempt. So please do.
What are some of the things that they can donate? So I'm saying we'll just have that laid out on the table because people might be trying to donate some stuff that you guys can't use at the time. So what are some things that you may be in need of? I'm not going to say need that. Well, they can just donate.
Right. So our office, 1936 North Main Street, you can drop off gently used clothing. You can drop off food. You can drop off perishable, non-perishable items as well. And those things like you can drop off there as well. One of our biggest donors that we have right now is from Dion Green and the Fudge Foundation, which actually is an outreach worker for us as well. So, I mean, he's doing double duty for us. And he drops off food every single week. But yeah, Jenny, so like any clothes and stuff like that. I think right now we have like Infamil and stuff like that. So if someone needs milk and things like that nature, you pull that our office, 1936 North Main Street, and you can get help with that. So anything that anybody can use in our community, you can drop it off within reason. I don't know, would you drop off something weird? Like, I don't know.
Like I need this flat screen, it don't work, but
Right? No, you
so.
can talk about flat screens out there. They'll find a way to use it for something. But yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, and that's extremely incredible, you know what I'm saying, for people to be able to donate and for people to be able to come to the, building and to get those resources because people need it, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot going on right now. Things
Yeah.
are very, very high. So please don't sit around and, you know what I'm saying, and be afraid to ask for help. It's okay to need help. So that's why these people are here to help you. And
Mm-hmm.
so make sure y'all get out and, you know what I'm saying, if you got to walk or whatever,
Yeah.
just make sure that you get there so they can be able to provide you with those resources. So Curtis, what is your overall goal?
So okay.
What is your vision?
So my vision is for our program to expand. We're looking to move into other areas. Of course, I'm from Westwood, so I would love to have us have a satellite office in Westwood. If they built this multi-million-dollar police office, what I'm saying, like over there to patrol, I think we should be combating it together. Where again, you got the grassroots organization like ourselves out there actually talking and working out those beefs. But like my goal is to expand the program. I want to replace myself with somebody underneath me. I want someone else to step into this role. I wouldn't mind, just step into the next step up. Like consulting and then regional. But mainly, my number one goal is to make Dayton a better place for you to work, play, and exist and chill and just build.
They exist, chill, and build.
Mhm.
How do you change the mindset of people? They already think like Dayton is like, you know what I'm saying, we have this black cloud over us.
Mhm.
It's always something negative. How do we get to the state of mind where we're not so negative and just trying to see the positive that Dayton has going on?
Well, again, like to me, there are gonna be people out there that are gonna be detractors of anything, right? I mean, like the Black Rodeo was an amazing event. Like it was thousands of people there, right? People had an amazing time there.
It was
There are positive change happening in Dayton, right? But there are people out there who's only gonna focus on the negative, right?
yeah,
What you can do is just be around other like-minded individuals, and then you cultivate that land with other people because unfortunately there are gonna be people out there who you cannot convince. Like, if you don't believe me, go read any news post about the orange mentality, right? And you'll see people when they're being negative saying, oh, they picked this place because it was an easy place. And
hmm
so I don't even argue with those people because the results speak for themselves. So to me, the way you do it is you continue to highlight positivity because people are going to highlight negativity. And people will catch on and actually see that there are positive people out there because I have this thing that I call the frequency, right? So where like for instance, when I went to go talk to the kids at the young adults at juvenile hall, and I walked in that room kind of nervous of who were all going to be there, and it was all the people I already work with in there,
yeah.
and I'm like, so on that frequency, I must see people that are positive. So I'm not hanging out in places where they're negative. My days match my nights, and that's another thing that kind of builds that, what I'm saying, that callus up. Another thing we say is that that everybody got to be credible and suitable to do this work, right? Because you can't have one foot in the streets and then one foot out. So those type of things where you just start seeing positive people all the time. I mean, shout out to Kenny Bozeman. I mean, I had an amazing time at his haberdashery, right? I'm going to places where I'm celebrated. These are things that's like just keeps you in a positive mode. So yeah, I'm not going to these negative places, so I don't see negativity,
But
unfortunately.
do you think that you're going to have to go to some of these places that you say that is negative just to get the word out? Sometimes we got to make ourselves uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying, and put ourselves in places that they need to hear us. So do you think that you will be able to go to certain places that you wouldn't normally go to just to get the word out there?
Yes. We actually do that with canvas and stuff like that. I've had countless funerals that weren't in our zone, thankfully and prayerfully. But then again, like gun violence is something that affects everybody. I mean, I've been to countless funerals, which again, before I did this work, I've only been to a handful. I've been to double that, double that this year. But again, I'm still bringing the positivity and the light in those rooms. So absolutely. Yeah, that's something like that we do on a day-to-day basis. But to me, I'm there to make sure that I'm uplifting and keep people alive. So I don't even consider that a negative space.
Okay. Well, shout out to you and shout out to everything that you're doing. You always
Thank
been
you.
a positive role model. So we definitely need people like you. So continue your journey. Continue doing great things. I do have a question. Where's people getting all these guns from? It's crazy.
Man,
Like, do they
listen,
get an auction? I mean, what is going on? Is it?
man.
Damn.
I'm gonna quote a rap song. Like maybe that wouldn't be appropriate, but I
You
remember
can do it.
a rapper named Sean said, "Black own no ports or boats." So tell me where we getting all this dope? Where we getting all these guns from? To me, I mean, I've seen so many different raids happen, and I think that it's literally a psyop to where they're playing games with the people that are out here doing negativity. So they're like, we get all these guns, we sell them back to you, we come pick them right back up. Like, I know I gave you a gun, so I'm going to come get it right back from you. I know I gave you drugs, I'm going to come get the drugs right back from you.
Dang.
So again, if you are involved in the street life, it is dead. There's cameras everywhere. They're tracking your phone. They're tracking your movements. They're going to snitch on you. The person who you think is your road dog from day one, he gonna snitch on you. He gonna choose to be out here another summer over you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? They have access to everything. Like you said, there's cameras everywhere. Your phone. I think they in my head now. Cause I be thinking about some food and it'll pop up on Facebook. Now hold on, cause I ain't even said nothing yet.
Right.
Like now
Absolutely.
hold on.
So yeah, man. If you live a life of crime, yo, like you already on the menu. Like now they just season you up to get more time out of you, man. So it's best to just stop while you ahead, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, come do something that's meaningful work, man. Come to Felons With A Future, and make something positive of yourself, man.
Yeah, please do, because we need more male role models. The children are not going to stop unless they see you adults doing right.
Yeah.
We are the role models, so unfortunately, if you're not, living that life, then you can't expect for, the younger generation to do the same, because it looks fun. It looks cool. I want to see, you did it. Why can't I do it? So, yeah,
Right.
you got to give them something to look up to, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know that you said that people say that you picked the neighborhood that you were with because it was easier, but when can we expect for you all to move into those tougher areas and be a part of that community?
So the whole landscape is tough. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact of, like we were just able to convert this area because we did it strategically. We used our training. We developed a ground game, right? Like we got the community to buy in. I'm asking the community to reach out to the politicians for you to show up at City Hall and say, hey, I want this program in my area. We see that it works. And because again, we only have 7 people on staff. Mm-hmm. It's impossible for us to cover all of Dayton. It's impossible, especially if we want to be effective. So I'm asking the community because this was a 1-year negotiation. And that started in January. We didn't start boots on the ground till March. And since March, we've had 101 days of no gun violence, no gun death in that area. So we're asking for people to ask for this program to be implemented in their zip code, because we would love to expand, but we cannot do it alone. We definitely need the community to buy in these other areas, and we also need more funding because we can't do it with just 7 people.
All right, y'all heard it. All right, so that is the reason, that is the why behind to why they're not in your community just yet. But give it some time. I feel like everything gonna work out. I feel like y'all gonna get a team and with a lot more individuals, so y'all can be able to spread out and get the funding. Y'all definitely got some good going on your hands. Yeah, so I just see the vision. I think next year just going to be like super just impactful with you all. Maybe I get into some training.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I donate.
I would say shout out to Marlon Shackelford and the Peace Ambassador program as well, because he's doing amazing work. The 22 kids that we got fresh off the block in Westwood, we didn't go get skateboarders that smoke a little devil's lettuce. We went and got Shooter Shane and them. We went and got, you know what I'm saying? We went and got them ones. And none of them today are in any trouble. They are all peace ambassadors and positive citizens of this community. So we definitely want to keep that program going as well, so we can make that into more or less like a feeder program into them becoming violence interrupters and outreach workers. But we definitely looking for people to join in now. And we actually have an open position for a violence interrupter. So please make sure you guys head over to felonswithafuture.org and sign the pledge.
Yeah, y'all heard it here. Make sure you, I'm for real, y'all. Make sure y'all do everything that, you know what I'm saying, he's telling y'all to do. I know that you mentioned that you went down to juvenile and you have spoken with, you know what I'm saying, some of the young adults down there. How does those conversations look?
Man, I mean, it's uplifting, it's inspiring, but it's also sad.
Yeah.
Because as one of the administrators told me, is that if the kids are down here, they not here for nothing small, because they generally get bonded out and then remanded back to their parents. So they're down there. They're down there for serious, heinous crimes. You're down there for RAPE. They're down there for shootings. They're down there for several different things that are very, very serious. And the sad thing about it is that some of them are going to be doing juvenile life and then getting bonded over to going straight to prison. And for them not to even have a chance at life, or they can't get that 15 seconds back, it's just heartbreaking. Because I know we've all made messed up decisions as children, or young adults, but they can't get it back. It's already too late. Like the smoke is already out the machine. And that's the most saddest part about going down there. But then when you see the ones who do got a chance to come home and change their mind state and make a positive change, there are those type of young adults in there, and those are the ones I feel most uplifted about.
Okay. And I'm just gonna brag on you just a little bit more. I know that that you was wanting to go into politics. How's that working for you?
So now I'm not fully focused on that. I'm fully focused on you know what I'm saying, on work at hand. And again, I have positive things to say about every commissioner, because they all support this initiative. So it's nobody I want to go take their seat or nothing like that. So, you know, to me, I found my calling with this.
Good.
I know my grandmother will be proud.
Yeah, I know she would be. And Legendary People Podcast.
Yeah, LBP.
So how's that going? Have you did it? Have you did anything on it? Have you kind of like pushed it to the side? Because that was your baby.
Man, so like me and Ahava still talk about it all the time. Shout out to Ahava, man. We talk about it all the time. Like, man, let's do a pod. But it'd be like, man, after I've been running around doing all type of stuff, man, my brain is so scatterbrained. But again, like, you know that, like, when I was doing interviews like that, I did so much research on people. It took so much time to do all that type of stuff. Like, I didn't want to just walk in and act like I didn't know nobody. I wanted to give them that Legendary People Podcast feel, and I feel like the fact that I put my heart in anything I'm doing. So the fact that I'm putting all my heart in this, it's kind of hard for me to serve two masters. You know, it's kind of hard.
I definitely understand. But whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, I know that you're going to be great at it, because you do give it your all. And yes, y'all, when he was doing his podcast, he would be telling you stuff like, huh? How'd you know that? You know what I'm saying? So he definitely did his research. So I know that he's doing his research now, so he'll be able to speak towards whatever he's doing now in a positive way. So yeah, again, shout out to you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Is there anything else that you want to share with your audience?
Oh yeah, you know, again, just stop past our office, 1936 North Main Street. Typically, you can get there Monday through Friday around 11, and we're in there. You know, like having a meeting or things of that nature. Come on in. We have an open door policy. We want all hands on deck. And again, if you have any information, any questions you have for us, just make sure you hit us at felonswithafuture.org and sign the pledge. Sign the pledge, y'all.
Sign the pledge, y'all. Now, is there like certain days where y'all have like hot meals? I don't know why I just thought
Yeah,
about
so we kind of do it sporadically, kind of just on a whim to just be out there barbecuing. But
that.
if you driving past our main street, you see the smoke, pull over. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
We
pull
out there
over.
barbecuing.
They barbecuing over there. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
No, shout out to y'all. Y'all doing amazing work, and I know it's gonna be 100 more days added
Come
to whatever
on.
that you got. So yeah,
Mhm.
Dayton, we definitely can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait to see what the future has for Dayton. I can just see the small steps that we are taking as a community. So yeah, shout out to Dayton. We're gonna be something big.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first, and I thank you for stopping by, chatting with me. And if you want to get on again, just let me know.
for sure. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Oh no, you're welcome. Hey y'all, it's your girl Charna and Curtis Peanut Johnson. And guess what, y'all? We out.